Okay guys, here we are in round 3 of a vintage daily event, and we are playing against Nikon, and I guess Nikon has won the die roll. Chose to play first. Yeah, we're going to keep our hand. It's pretty good having double Moxon. The only problem with it is we have null rod, but we'll take a look and see what we're playing against, and you know, we're going to have like a turn 2 worm coil or steel hellkite here if all goes well. So it looks like red, blue, delver, and we're probably going to be up against a pyromancer here, I guess. Which is unfortunate. That's a pretty solid play from him. I guess Cavernous Souls is a really nice draw here. Yeah, alright, well, I guess we'll just play out a factory and pass turn. It's going to be turn 3 before we get our guys out, but our guys can make up ground. Like, having a worm coil or a hellkite on the table is very strong. And we're going to be able to do it uninhibited under a cavern, hopefully. I'm not sure which creature is more important here, the hellkite or the worm coil. Probably the hellkite. Okay, so we're seeing a black lotus. And we're not, I mean, you know, shutting down his stuff here would be very good. If he attacks with his pyromancer, unfortunately I don't think I can block, because it means he's holding a lightning bolt perhaps. And we can't afford to lose our factory here. We can't get too far behind. But I feel like we're in reasonable shape here. Like, the cavern is the key. Very tempted to null rod here, but if he doesn't use that black lotus, but I think it puts us too far behind. You know, if we ever lost our academy, we'd be in just really bad shape. So we're going to take some couple damage here, which is fine. Interesting that he's exposing his pyromancer though. I mean, it must just mean he's got a lightning bolt. Alright. Crucible of Worlds is decent here. The question is, I guess we do expose our academy. I mean, it could be really bad if he gets us with a wasteland, but I mean, the question is it actually worth exposing it? And I don't think it is. I think we just play the cavern and we pass turn. It kind of takes, it didn't work here. Maybe we do just do it. I'm going to do it. Let's just do it. My reason for doing that is 2 reasons, okay? So he's got the force of will, and that's fine, okay? We are definitely putting ourselves at risk for getting ourselves hit by a wasteland, which is pretty bad here. However, if he does not have that wasteland, I think it's very beneficial to hide the cavern from him, because we don't want to make him suspicious. We want him to try and hold up counter magic for our next play as well. I'm not sure if it's the correct play or not to go covert here or not on the cavern and expose our academy, because our academy is essentially its life right now. Unfortunately, I just think we got to take it. We just can't afford to lose our factory here. Alright. Trigon Predator is definitely a good card for him to have here. But it's not going to be able to stop my Hellkite. And we just have to hope he doesn't have any removal. Yeah, let's see if we can hold the fort with this, guys. So what I would do next turn, if things go my way here and he does not get my my Hellkite, I think I would play a Worm Coil and then play a Null Rod. If he does not play a land. Actually, no, I would not do that because I'm looking to remove his creatures here. The good thing for him, he's got a 2, 3, and a 2, but the Trigon is the real threat here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we have to block that. If we're able to. Okay, he's coming with everything, I would think. Yeah. So I'm just hoping this is an Alpha Strike. And hopefully we don't get punished for this, but we got no choice but to take that Hellkite, and we'll see what happens here. Okay, so he's got a Lightning Bolt. He killed it. I still think that's fine. I mean, we gotta hope he doesn't have a Force and Will here, but having a... we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So what I'm going to do here, he actually cannot counter my Worm Coil. I guess what I could do here is I can actually play this, right? 1, 2. Right? 1, 2. Yeah, we can actually cast this. Making sure I'm not making an error here, as this is very critical to being able to survive this game here, getting a Worm Coil into place. And having a Thorn out there is pretty significant. I mean, this is not a guarantee to be able to win this game, but being able to come back and gain 6 life a turn is pretty significant. Particularly if my opponent only has 1 card in hand. Time Walk, yeah, really nice. I don't know that it's advantageous for him to attack here, but hopefully he does not flip. He did. Flusterstorm, which is a dead card. So he's going to get me down to 7 here, which is pretty solid. I can't block it. And the good news is we're going to have up our... okay, that is a decent draw. I will say that much. And yeah, I mean... Flusterstorm is not going to be able to counter that, assuredly. And we're just going to attack him with our Worm Coil here. He can kill it, but it's going to take him everything he's got to do it. And we're going to gain 6 life. And we can just keep blocking his stuff here. So, I mean, Null Rod would be good, but I don't think it's that good against him. That it's worth shutting off our own power for. And that, of course, we want to keep our factories up here with the Academy. Next turn we can consider it. Okay, another Pyromancer, solid. For sure, that was a nice draw from him. Okay, so he's coming with everything, and I'm more than fine with this. This is a great trade for me if I can get away with this, which I suspect I'm going to. That's a great trade for me. I can't imagine what he can cast here. Okay. So we'll pump up our guy and kill his, and yeah, so we take a couple damage for sure. Alright guys, that was a pretty bad draw, but we are just gonna, probably should have attacked with our factory as well, but one of our factories. Going back up to 13 here. Pretty good, actually. That might have been a decent time to play a Null Rod. We want to keep him off. Let's see what he does here. Like an Alpha Strike just is not good for him here. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to attack with our Worm Coil here. I mean, he may just be able to infinitely block our Worm Coil until we draw a big beater, another big beater, but gaining life here is very solid. We're definitely going up 3 a turn with the Worm Coil. And the question is, do we want to put a Chalice at 2? And I don't really think we do. Putting it at 3 is far, far better, probably, in the sense that if he's running something like Trigons or Dak Faden, it's quite strong. So I'm just going to do that. And we're going to need one more. Just pretty happy to shut off Trigon Predators here. You know, my hope is that he's not actually playing Ancient Grudges or anything main deck. And we've got quite a few creatures that we can draw here that are very, very good. Yeah, like we have a couple Metamorphs that we can play, Lodestones. Slash Panther's pretty bad in this match when you get a Pyromancer down, but we've got a Razormane Masticore, which is relatively solid. It's far better when you're running Staff and didn't have cards to pitch there, but it's able to clear the way. I don't think it's an overly creature-dense deck. I do like Crucible Worlds against this deck, at least one of them. And we do have a Duplicant, and I might bring in another one for Trigon Predators. And I think Null Rod is pretty weak against him in general. I think he only runs 3 Moxen and a Lotus, and I'm fine with that. Like, as you saw in that game, Null Rod was pretty useless to me. So I'm probably just going to bring in an extra Crucible, and we're going to try and lock him down that way. But yeah, let's see what happens here, guys. Let's see if we can get into a position to play for the money here. And there is the power of Worm Coil Engine, just very strong. Okay. So this is an unkeepable hand. we're going to have to mulligan. And we're going to mulligan that. Okay. Not great, but particularly on the play, but hopefully we can get a chalice out at 1. Because that's very solid against him. I don't know what happened there, but my opponent... I'm not sure what just happened. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah. Let's just get a factory out here and let's see what happens. If we can get this going, this is pretty solid. I don't know if my opponent skipped. He must have skipped his turn. There's nothing else that makes sense. That's very peculiar, but him letting me get a chalice at 1 is really solid. Hopefully he does not have any mocks in here, and we're going to be able to wasteland him and beat him for 2. Okay, guys. Pretty big brick there, but... I guess my opponent was discouraged about skipping his turn, but and I can understand that fully. But I think it was very premature of him to concede there, and yeah, I mean we will take that.